Yo, what's the word, boys? Welcome back. UFC 306, Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili wrapped up last night. Let's talk about the main card, but I want to talk about the prelims real quick. Before we get into the main card, Raul Rojas Jr. did his thing, got the decision. I don't think he'll ever be champion, but, he did his thing. It's all right. Joshua Van got the decision victory over Edgar Chairez. That was a crazy fight. That third round was just insane. For some reason, this card had some crazy rounds, not even just fights, just rounds. Joshua Van, happy he got the win. Ketlin Souza got the upset submission. Cool, we don't really care. Ignacio Bahamondes got the TKO victory over Manuel Torres in the first round. He looked fucking great, man. Ignacio Bahamondes looked amazing in that first round. Norma Dumont beat Irina Aldana, and I just want to talk about Irina Aldana's cut because that might be the worst cut in UFC history. There's been some pretty fucking bad ones, but that was crazy. So yeah, that's the prelims. Just wanted to talk about one or two things. But let's get on to the main card. Let's start off with Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Odie Osborne. Ronaldo Rodriguez gets the decision victory. And for these type of videos, I'm not going to be really talking about it round for round. More of an overall recap and what I think and, some of the takeaways are. I will talk about the rounds, of course, but I hope you get what I mean. Ronaldo Rodriguez, first round gets dropped pretty fucking bad. Odie Osborne, I thought was going to get the finish. However, his fight IQ didn't really look that great. He had Ronaldo Rodriguez in a pretty bad triangle after dropping him pretty bad. However, he didn't really do anything after that. He could have transitioned to the armbar. He didn't do that. And for the triangle, he didn't but he didn't put the arm to the side. You guys know what I mean. To get a better angle, to get a better, choke pretty much. And he didn't do that. So he wasn't able to get the triangle. Somehow Ronaldo Rodriguez survived. The second round comes along. I thought that could have been a 10-8 for Ronaldo Rodriguez. Mean ground and pound. I thought it was going to be stopped. Somehow Odie Osborne stays in the fight. And then in that third round, both guys kind of going tit for tat. Ronaldo Rodriguez landing the better strikes, stuffing some takedowns. There were some submission attempts there, but overall, I do think Ronaldo Rodriguez won 29-28. That was a pretty fucking good fight to open up the main card. Interested to see where Ronaldo Rodriguez goes from here. I don't know if he'll get a ranked opponent yet. I think the UFC like his potential in that flyweight division, but Odie Osborne, he's not a Demetrius Johnson. He's not the greatest fucking flyweight ever. So I'm not sure if they're going to give Ronaldo Rodriguez a ranked guy next. Would I be too surprised? No, because he is very good. The transitions, the grappling sequences were so much fun to watch in this fight. Overall, sick fight. And Ronaldo Rodriguez, gets the decision victory. Let's move up to Daniel Zellhuber versus Esteban Ribovich. This was a sick fight, man. I'm sick too, so bear with me. But this was a fucking banger. Esteban Ribovich gets the decision victory. And yeah, this was a banger. I thought the first two rounds were Daniel Zellhuber. I thought it overall should have been a draw. The judges did give Ribovich the first round. It was very, very close. You can go either way. The first two rounds were very close. Both guys striking looked very good. Daniel Zellhuber was landing good strikes. Ribovich was landing great strikes. I feel like the commentators were kind of underrating him in this fight. They were talking about Zellhuber a lot, which makes sense. I understand it. But Ribovich was absolutely in that fight. He was landing nice straight punches. And for the first two rounds, it was very tit for tat. The striking looked very technical. It looked very good. I gave Daniel Zellhuber the first two rounds. However, you can give Ribovich that first round, and that's completely fine. But that third round was crazy. That third round was insane. And I had it as a 10-8 for Ribovich, and that's kind of why I thought it was a draw. He hurt Daniel Zellhuber so bad. He didn't actually knock him down, unlike Daniel Zellhuber. Zellhuber, got a knockdown with his elbow in that third round. Ribovich kind of popped up, so it wasn't something crazy. But after that, Ribovich hurt Daniel Zellhuber. He was absolutely teeing off on him in that third round. I'm surprised it didn't get stopped. Zellhuber was just doing enough, throwing back when he could. He was rolling a lot. And, excuse me, Esteban Ribovich should have found the finish. He was kind of just throwing a bunch of crazy fucking punches, where if he almost just sat on his punches a little bit, took some time, picked the right shots, invested in the body like he did, I think he would have been able to find the finishing blow. Daniel Zellhuber's chin was very, very good, but there was so much damage in that third round, I had to give it to Esteban Ribovich as a 10-8. So I thought overall it was a draw. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine with the Ribovich win. If anybody is to win this fight, it is Ribovich. No way Daniel Zellhuber won. And I just knew this was going to be an absolute banger coming into this fight, or coming into this card, I guess you could say. There were so many people complaining about this card as a whole. Oh, the Samir card, it's not that good. It's meh. But like, those fans are not the ones like getting excited over Daniel Zellhuber and Esteban Ribovich, because everybody knew, or the hardcore fans, I guess you could say, knew this fight was going to be fucking sick, and we got blessed with it because it was a fucking banger. Esteban Ribovich gets the decision victory, and I'm completely okay with it. That third round was crazy. Next up, Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopes. Diego Lopes gets the decision victory over 3 rounds. On my TikTok, go follow me over there. Follow all my socials, actually. Links will be in the description. I have like 22K over there on TikTok. I predicted Diego Lopes to win by first round TKO. And he should have. Because I was so confident, actually. I'm going to say this first. I was so fucking confident that Diego Lopes would go out there and absolutely dominate Brian Ortega. I was kind of shocked people were actually picking Brian Ortega to win this fight. Stylistically, Diego Lopes is an absolute nightmare matchup. And I'm like, I think he's going to knock him out in the first round because he's too dangerous in the pocket, too much power. He's going to be too fast for Brian Ortega. And he showed that in that first round. He absolutely brutalized Brian Ortega, dropped him. And if he let him up and actually struck with him instead of just landing some nice ground and pound, maybe going for a submission attempt, I don't even know if he fucking did, to be honest. But he kind of just laid there on Brian Ortega, where I'm like, okay, Diego Lopes, you just cracked him very bad. You proved he can't fuck with you on the feet, and you're just letting him recover on the ground. Let him back up, be aggressive inside that pocket, and you're going to finish Brian Ortega. Now, props to Brian Ortega. The dude has a fucking chin, tough as nails, but I thought Diego Lopes should have finished him. You let him back up. You're aggressive, you throw your combinations inside the pocket, and you're most likely finishing Brian Ortega. He dropped him again later in the fight, and overall, it was simply an easy fight for Diego Lopes. Brian Ortega couldn't get the takedowns. Diego Lopes kind of did what he wanted in that fight. Now, I know Brian Ortega, he's landing a few decent strikes as the fight went on. His striking game has evolved throughout his UFC career. You can look at the beginning and look at where it is now. It has improved, but simply no match for Diego Lopes, and in my humble opinion, I was surprised anybody was picking Brian Ortega to win this fight. Stylistically, it was a nightmare for him, and I do believe Diego Lopes should have got that finish. Excuse me, I keep saying that fucking shit, but it's okay. And yeah, who does he fight next? Diego Lopes. If I had to guess, I think they're gonna do the winner of Evloev versus Sterling, because I think Volkanovski will get his immediate rematch, and I don't really want Diego Lopes sitting out for that long. He likes to fight, so give him the winner of Evloev or Sterling. If it's Evloev in a rematch, you could promote that fight. The first fight was very good. I was there live. It was sick. And then Aljamain Sterling, former champion. That's easy. Lopez, Sterling, that's a fucking sick-ass fight. And then that's a clear number 1 contenders fight. So yeah, Diego Lopes looked phenomenal. Could have got the finish. Brian Ortega, old, slow, tough as nails, but not sure where he goes from here. Maybe like Josh Emmett, maybe. I don't fucking know. Next up, Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina Shevchenko gets the 50-45 decision, I should say. And weird about this card. I don't know if the lights were too bright, if you know what I'm saying, but the champions looked like dog shit. The champions looked like complete dog shit. I picked Alexa Grasso to win. I thought both of the fights were pretty even, so I rolled with the younger fighter, and I thought she'd get it done, but Valentina Shevchenko wins every single round. Grasso looked like shit. Valentina Shevchenko was landing the combinations on the feet. She was outlanding Alexa Grasso, but she was able to find the takedowns. She landed 8 takedowns. Alexa Grasso's takedown defense looked like shit. Looked like garbage. She almost like was okay with being taken down. And that's really all I got to talk about. Shevchenko landed the cleaner strikes on the feet. There wasn't anything crazy on the feet, but she outlanded and outstruck Alexa Grasso, and then she just took her down with ease. Alexa Grasso was threatening submissions. Apparently, Grasso only had 2 submission attempts. That's bullshit. She had them in triangles. She had her in arm bars at some point. But Valentina looked comfortable on the ground, and she was just able to land takedown after takedown after takedown. And overall, it was an easy fight for Shevchenko, and she's the new flyweight champion at 36 years old. I might be wrong. She might be 37, but I was quite shocked. 50-45, I did not see that happening. Overall, deserved win for Shevchenko. She's our new champ, and Grasso looked very, very poor. I don't know how you could come into this trilogy and have your takedown defense looking the worst it's ever been. Really disappointing for Grasso. But let's move on to the main event. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili for the UFC Bantamweight Championship. Merab absolutely dominates Sean O'Malley, and I'm shocked. I was pretty fucking confident Sean O'Malley would go out there and KO Merab Dvalishvili inside 2 rounds. Everybody was picking Sean O'Malley to win this fight. But he landed 47 significant strikes over 5 rounds. Landed 49 total strikes, whereas Merab landed 214 total strikes. Were the lights too bright, Sean? Were the lights too bright, Sean O'Malley? He looked dog shit out there. Couldn't defend takedowns, really. Couldn't get into a rhythm. He was thrown to the body a lot, and I thought he was going to set up something, maybe feint to the body and then throw that overhand, but he never did that. And props to Merab. Merab made Sean O'Malley look poor in this fight. Merab's striking defense looked on another level. You can look at his previous fights. Moraes, Cejudo, he was getting cracked. And now he's facing by far the best striker of his career. And he barely got touched cleanly. He didn't get rocked once. He got hurt to the body, but he wasn't like rocked to the head. So overall, Merab just did his thing. At the end of the day, he did his thing. And in my opinion, he is the bantamweight GOAT. Look at his resume. It's stupid. It's stupid. Dominates Sean O'Malley. Dominates Henry Cejudo for the most part. Dominates Petr Yan. Beats Jose Aldo. Beats Marlon Moraes. Like, that's fucking insane. My roommates are screaming like a bunch of dumbasses. It's fine. Merab just dominates him. Gets it done. Not much else to say. Sean O'Malley looked really bad. Wasn't landing any strikes. And Merab simply imposed his will. Striking defense looked amazing. That's like the biggest takeaway for me for Merab. Striking defense looked so good. Improved so much. And maybe Aljamain helped him in that corner. Sean O'Malley couldn't get anything going at all. Threw the knee up the middle once. And for me, Sean O'Malley does his best work when he's moving forward, maybe counter-striking, throwing combinations. That's the thing he didn't do in this fight. He didn't throw combinations at all. He was throwing one punch. And that just allowed Merab to close the distance, implement his takedowns, and as the fight went on, it was all Merab Dvalishvili. 2 judges had it 48-47. No. I personally had it 4 rounds or 5 rounds to Merab Dvalishvili. I'm quite shocked. I kind of discredited him in this fight, but he gets it done. Sean O'Malley looked shit. Merab looked amazing, I should say. Overall, it was a very interesting card. Both the champions looked like shit. Diego Lopez, sick. Ribovich, sick. Ronaldo Rodriguez, sick. A bunch of fun fights. The title fights didn't really live up to expectations, but Merab did his thing, absolutely. And Valentina Shevchenko did her thing. Both deserved champions. Let me know what you guys think of the card in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow all my socials. Link will be in the description. Peace out.